Hey everybody, I'm Kat Cora. I'm coming to you live from my kitchen as promised. I'm kicking off for the first night my quarantine cooking sessions. I'm gonna try to do it every night at 5 p.m. or around 5 p.m. when I start cooking dinner for all the kids. And I'm gonna simplify everything. I'm gonna be pulling out, food is scarce right now. All my restaurants are shut down. I know a lot of you at home, off of work or out of work or working from home. So I'm gonna have to make everything stretch. We have 6 kids. I'm gonna be pulling out my cans of beans. I'm gonna be pulling out things out of my freezer because I gotta save money right now and I wanna make things really super simple. So what I'm gonna make tonight for the kids is just a simple chicken Caesar salad. I happen to have a rotisserie chicken, thank goodness. I pull it off the bone. I'm gonna dice it all up. If you have a chicken in the freezer, pull it out and you want to roast it. I would say roast it at 350, put a little salt, pepper on it, a little olive oil, roast it in the oven for about 25 minutes or until it's cooked all the way through. And then just pull it out, let it cool, and then pull everything off the bone. And again, you can make it stretch. If you don't have a family of 6 or 8 like I do, you can definitely make that stretch for a couple of meals. So what I did was I'm gonna just pull this off the bone. Like I said, I had a rotisserie chicken. I'm just gonna dice it up, bite-sized pieces, and put it right in there, and I know we're all in the same boat here. We're all trying to figure out how to survive this and get through this together. We're all in the same boat. We are too. I'm a mom. I'm working from home as much as I can and really just taking care of the kids. The school is out, so like I said, we're all kind of trying to stay in and stay healthy. So I'm putting all the chicken in here, the Caesar salad, and what I did was I just chopped up some romaine that I had. And I made some quick croutons. You can just take some old bread or stale bread that you have. Maybe you have an old baguette laying around or just some even sandwich bread. Dice it up and just add in a little bit a little bit of garlic powder. Take out some of your spices. This is a good time to use your spices up as well. A little bit of, chili powder, a little bit of garlic powder, a little salt and pepper. Throw them in the oven. Again, a little olive oil. Toss them in olive oil. 350 for about 5 to 6 minutes or until they're nice and brown. Let them cool and then toss them in. You get this, delicious crouton. Or if you don't want to use up your bread, don't use croutons. You don't have to. And then what I have here too is I have this really great Caesar salad dressing that I like to make. And this is just a classic Caesar salad dressing. I also make one that's spicy. I make one that's got some yogurt in it. And I'm gonna put those on my website at catcore.com. So check those out. Go to my website and you can get the Caesar salad recipe. And then I'm just gonna put this right in and mix it well. And again,
somebody said I miss Iron Chef and you battling.
I miss it too. I have to say, I really get a craving to get into that kitchen stadium and kick some butt. So I'm with you. I think that they should do a reboot. You guys write into Food Network and tell them, we want a reboot, and I'll be happy to get back into kitchen stadium and have some fun and flex a little bit, in there. So I loved it too. Those were great days and cooking in the kitchen and battling with my friends and that was a really cool time. So I would be happy to do a reboot of Food Network's Iron Chef America. So now I'm just gonna toss this together. Again, season a little salt and pepper.
Teresa said, do your boys cook?
They love to cook. There's some that cook, some that love to eat. Obviously we have 6 boys, so we have a lot of chef potential in our house. But we have a couple 12-year-olds who love to cook. They're like beasts in the kitchen. They make me look like I'm standing still in the kitchen. I'm serious. They are beasts. And they'll go for hours. We had one of our kids who made this great penne alla vodka last night, and they make homemade pizza dough and homemade pasta. So
Indian butter chicken
he made the other night. So this is a really good time. That's a great point because this is a great time when we're all stuck in the house to get excited about getting in the kitchen again. Make it fun and positive. This is a good time to hone your cooking skills if you've been dying to do that. I'm going to be doing this every night. So you just join me. Cook with me every night. I'm gonna be here. If you have questions or tips, you want advice, give us a shout out on Instagram before we go live and I'll be happy to answer it. Or while you're on live, just ask away. I'm happy to answer any tips. Also, how to use up what you have in your pantry to save money. This is a really good time to do that when food is scarce.
Chef 41 was so sweet.
Yeah.
He's like, you're one of the best chefs of our time.
Oh, thank you, Chef. I really appreciate it. And you know what? This is fun for me too because again, we're all we're all in this together. You know, this is such uncertain times, and it's scary. You know, I'm sure for all of you as well out there. I mean, it's a little scary. All of my restaurants have closed. Like a lot of my friends and colleagues all over the world have closed restaurants. A lot of businesses, a lot of companies. So this is a really time, you know, that we can actually use to get grounded again. You know, I plan on doing meditation in the morning for about 10
Somebody
minutes.
said, what's your favorite dish and who's going to eat that salad?
Well, I got six boys and my wife and myself who are super hungry, and we're all going to dig in and eat this salad. So I got plenty of people to feed here. And
what's one of your favorite dishes?
I have to say, you know, I love doing grilled tacos. You know, I love going out on the grill, throwing anything on the grill, whether it's super simple. I mean, we cook simply around here. I mean, yes, our kids, you know, especially the ones who love to cook, like to pull out the cookbooks, and we love to get creative. But when I'm cooking, you know, I'm traveling a lot. Not now, but I was.
Teresa
we had business all over the world. And so, you know, it's like throwing something on the grill is super easy, and I love doing that.
Teresa said that she roasted a bunch of Brussels, cauliflower, broccoli, squash, and frozen in baggies so nothing goes bad.
That's a great idea. That's a really good idea. Right now you can definitely take a lot of things that you have in the refrigerator, and you can actually, just like you did, you can cook them off, bag them up, freeze everything, freeze herbs right now that you might have. You can definitely, there's a lot you can do with some of your proteins and things as well. So I would say, you know, again, try to make things stretch. I'm going to help you because I'm going to be here every night doing our quarantine cooking sessions, and I'm going to show you some tips. And again, if you have advice or you need advice, you just give us a shout out on Instagram, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have. And I'm here for you all, and you make me happy too, because I want to be able to connect with all of you as well, because we're all stuck in the house too. And you know, this is a good time to be stuck in the house. We want to stay safe, we want to stay healthy, but we do need to still use our creative brains and our creative minds, and you know, we're still human and we still have souls, and we want to be, you know, connecting with each other and sharing. So this is a great platform for us to do that.
Somebody said, what's your go-to family dessert?
Ooh, family dessert. Well, I have this dessert. Maybe I'll make that for one of these days, you know, one of these sessions. I have a dessert called budino, which is it's kind of like a chocolate pudding cake. It's a warm chocolate molten cake. It takes 12 minutes to bake. You can actually make the batter ahead of time and refrigerate it, and you pull it out when you want it. Make how many ever you want. You want to make 2, you want to make 4. You can make that, wrap it back up, put it back in the fridge, and save it. It takes 12 minutes, and it's delicious.
Somebody said they're making frozen Mexican dinners, which is pretty cool. But then somebody else said what should they use? A bunch of basil. They have a lot of basil.
I would say what you can do with the basil is you can make basil oil. You can actually put it in a blender, put some basil in with some oil, olive oil, or you know, if you have a good vegetable oil, put it in, and just make a great basil oil. And I would definitely I like to use olive oil or grapeseed oil or something, but right now those things are scarce and it's expensive. So if you're trying to save money, maybe if you just have a real good, simple, pure olive oil, put it in the blender and put in the basil, wait till it turns green, and then you can just put it through a little sieve, strain it, and there you go. And what you can do with the rest of your basil is you can actually chop it up, put it in ice cubes, and you can make it an ice cube if you have the kind that you put in the freezer. Freeze it so that you can have it, and you can just pop it right into a stew or a soup. You can just throw one of those cubes right in, and there you go, you have basil.
That's awesome.
All right, I'm gonna start plating this now too. Let me start plating my...
Somebody said, what's your favorite pizza topping?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I love pizza, so pizza topping. Ooh, that's a hard one. Well, I know my wife, she loves like a really good, just simple tomato pizza, like a margarita, no basil, but a margarita and with ricotta on it, just ricotta cheese baked on it, and it's actually delicious. I like a little bit of everything. I love veggie pizzas. I like to eat healthy, so I like things like that. But I also love something with like blue cheese and figs and caramelized onions and yumminess too. So I kind of love a little bit of everything.
Someone's reaching out from the Philippines. They're saying hi.
Oh, hi to the Philippines. Hope you're all staying safe over there.
Besides chicken, do you know anything good to use tarragon on with? Like what?
Yeah, tarragon can be used in many things. You can use that in a really good, I make this stroganoff with egg noodles and just chicken, or you can do ground beef in it and you just do a little cream sauce with it. It's a creamier sauce, it's a little heavier, but it's really delicious. You can also lighten it up by doing like a little half and half, or even doing a light milk base in it. But add tarragon into that. It's classic with a stroganoff. So that's a really good dish, or a stew, a really good beef stew. Tarragon's great in that. All right, this is looking good. So I have a few here dished up. All right, I'm putting a little bit of fresh Parmesan on there. And
please say hi to me. Elite, I believe is her name. Can you say hi?
Hi, Elite. How are you?
She's enrolled in culinary school.
Oh, good luck. Good luck. Go out there. You know, this is a great time, and culinary school was so amazing for me. I mean, it really was it took a little girl from Mississippi, that's me, little girl from Mississippi, and it gave me a foot up. So it really introduced me to a world that I've never been surrounded by, and it's the best thing that I ever did. So good luck to you. I'm so happy that you enrolled in culinary school, because I think it's a really good step towards your career.
2 more questions. Do you ever miss working with old friends like Elizabeth Faulkner?
Always. I miss Elizabeth. I talked to Elizabeth. We were just texting each other recently, and, going back and forth about networking on, different chefs and things, and really having a good chat. So yeah, we stay in touch. I stay in touch with all the colleagues. There's our doggie. She's a good watchdog. She's about 1 pound. She weighs about 2 pounds. But she's a good watchdog. And I stay in touch with a lot of my colleagues. It's really great. I was just at South Beach Food and Wine Festival. I got to see a lot of people that I haven't seen in a while, and it was great to catch up. It was like old home week.
I missed something went up, but loin chops. Had anything with loin chops?
Loin chops. What style of loin? Was it a lamb loin?
Yeah,
or
lamb
loin chops. Those are the best. I mean, I would say something like a really good, I love doing lamb loin chops with a little bit of chopped rosemary on it, some good garlic minced garlic, making a little bit of a nice wet rub on it and letting it marinate with that. And then a little bit of salt and pepper on each side. Just let it sit for a good 30 minutes. You can even do that in the morning and go to work and come back and have them delicious. Have them really, really, infused with so much good flavor. So lamb is one of those things like beef. It can marinate for a while. You can leave it overnight. You can 8 hours, something like that. But that can get a really good infusion into your meat. So I would say something like rosemary and garlic is pretty classic, with a little bit of cracked pepper and sea salt.
That's awesome. Somebody was asking about a dish other than tacos, but it went by too quick. Somebody else says, is Bobby Flay as wonderful as he seems?
He's a great guy. All of my friends, all my colleagues, Bobby, everybody that I have worked with are all amazing, and it's always fun when I get to hang out with them. I'll give a shout out to all of my chef friends. I want to challenge them to also join in, all my brothers and sisters out there, to join in the culinary world, and challenge them to post something too, and join me, entertaining you guys and sharing with you guys while we're all at home and with our families. So I wish all of you the best health. Stay safe, stay in. This is a great time to hug your family, have some quality time, have fun in the kitchen. And I'm going to be back with you tomorrow night, same time.
Is it okay if I have one more question?
Yeah, sure.
How do you feel about oil in boiling water when cooking pasta, since some say it prohibits sauce from sticking to pasta?
I think that that's a myth. I don't think you have to add olive oil to it. I do add olive oil after I strain my pasta. I add olive oil to keep it from sticking, but I think while it's in there, you want to make sure you salt it really well. But I think you just boil it, and when you first put it in, just keep stirring it until it separates, till it gets separated, until it starts cooking on its own, and that way it won't stick together. That will prevent it from sticking together. Once you strain it, then put it back in the pot, add olive oil to it to infuse that flavor. I don't really like throwing my olive oil away with the water. I actually like putting it in once the water's gone and we've cooked the pasta, and it just soaks into the pasta. So that's what I would suggest. That's what I like to do.
What do you do with leftover smoked brisket besides tacos or sandwiches?
Oh, tacos. I mean, you can make a great hash in the morning, you know, with eggs. Something
that's
I like
delicious.
to do. I love making great hashes with leftover meats. If I have short rib or brisket or something like that, I'll do a big hash with some potatoes or sweet potatoes with eggs, and I'll make that for the kids, and they love it. So that's a really good one. Try that. All right. Hey, you guys. Love all of you. Stay safe. I'll be back here, same time, same place tomorrow, 5 o'clock, and we'll cook something else. And again, I'm putting a big hug around you, connecting with you from afar, and I'm all here. I'm coming right to you. You come right to me. We'll share. We'll stay connected. And again, we're all in this together. Lots of love.
Somebody wants to know if you can put cumin in your Caesar dressing.
Sure. You can put anything in a Caesar dressing. The great thing about a Caesar dressing is a great base for a lot of things. I put avocado in there. If I want to spice it up, I'll put a little chipotle or cayenne in it. So anything goes with a Caesar dressing. It's a great base for a lot of things. See you tomorrow.